I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Tuesday, November the 4th, 2014. Israel reopened 2 border crossings into Gaza today. The Erez and Kerem Shalom crossings were reopened after 2 days of closure following a rocket attack from Gaza into southern Israel on Friday, which did not cause any damage or injury. Israel's Army radio reported today that the rocket was likely launched by an extremist Salafi terror group in response to the recent tensions at the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. The rocket was the first to hit Israel since September the 16th, the second since the end of Operation Protective Edge on August the 26th. And Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah warned Israel of rocket attacks from Lebanon. Speaking via video link to a crowd in Beirut today, the head of the Lebanese terror group threatened Israel, saying the country should close all of its airports and seaports in the event of a future conflict with Hezbollah because the, quote, resistance's rockets can reach anywhere. New foreign policy chief of the European Union, Federica Mogherini, told French newspaper Le Monde yesterday that she would like to see a Palestinian state by the end of her 5-year term. She made the statements ahead of her trip to Israel, her first as EU chief, which will take place this Friday and Saturday. She told the paper that the visit, in which she will meet with Israeli officials in Jerusalem and Palestinian officials in Ramallah, showed the importance of the need to end the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. She told British newspaper The Guardian that the EU was needed to make this happen. Mogherini said, "At this date, I get the same messages from the Palestinian side, from the Israeli side, and from the key Arab countries, exactly in the same terms. We do need at this time the European Union to move forward." Mogherini, who previously served as Italy's foreign minister, took over the role of EU chief from Catherine Ashton on November the 1st. Jewish organizations are welcoming the Israeli government's recent adoption of a law reforming the process of conversion in Israel. Chairman of the Jewish Agency, Natan Sharansky, said this reform of the conversion process is crucial to the successful absorption and integration of many immigrant Israelis. He said the measures adopted by the government will enable many immigrants and citizens who have connected their fates and futures to the State of Israel to join the Jewish people in a more inviting manner. The law was approved on Sunday at the weekly cabinet meeting. It makes the process of conversion more accessible for the Israeli public, allowing for municipal chief rabbis with perhaps a more welcoming and less strict approach to establish their own conversion courts, as opposed to making Israelis go to one of 4 existing courts in the country. The American Jewish Committee welcomed the reform as well, saying it was a move towards religious equality. Chair of the AJC's Contemporary Jewish Life Commission, Dov Zakheim, said while this conversion reform neither recognizes the reform and conservative movements nor diminishes the privileged legal status of the chief rabbinate, it is a step in the right direction. Special ceremonies and events are taking place this week in Israel to remember and pay tribute to former Israeli Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin, who was assassinated 19 years ago today on November the 4th, 1995, by Jewish right-wing extremist Yigal Amir. As we reported to you yesterday, a memorial rally took place on Saturday night in Tel Aviv. Also this week, ultra-Orthodox and secular students will meet to discuss shared values and connect in an open dialogue. That program was developed by the Office of Society and Youth at the Education Ministry in Israel, together with Gesher, an organization dedicated to bridging rifts in Israeli society. The meetings will take place in schools and community centers across the country. The Charles Bronfman Prize is calling for nominations for its 11th annual award. The $100,000 prize recognizes individuals or a team under the age of 50 from anywhere in the world, inspired by Jewish values, committed to making global positive change and inspiring future generations. It was established in 2004 by Bronfman's children to honor their philanthropist father on his 70th birthday. Bronfman's daughter Ellen Bronfman Hauptman said it was inspiring to see the prize recipients who, she said, exemplify Dad's spirit, his values, and his belief that innovative and bold ideas empowered by a vision of changing lives and improving the world can transform realities. Nominations are accepted through January the 15th. And turning now to our programming for tonight, Tuesday, November the 4th. At 8 o'clock, Dr. Shimon Samuels, Director for International Relations at the Simon Wiesenthal Center, discusses the two-pronged anti-Semitic assault of terrorism and ID theft at a talk hosted by ISCAP, the Institute for the Study of Global Anti-Semitism and Policy. And then at 9 o'clock on L'chaim, Mark Golub sits down with Dr. Jonathan Halevi, Director General of Shaarei Tzedek Medical Center, who compares healthcare in Israel and the U.S. That's tonight on JBS and jbstv.org. And that's the JBS News Update for Tuesday, November the 4th, 2014. I'm Teisha Bader.